Hi, this is Patrick Mayock with HotelNewsNow.com, reporting live from the Hunter Hotel Investment Conference. Joining me is Joe Epstein, founder and president of First American Realty Associates. Joe, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me. It's my pleasure to be here.
Joe, there's been a lot of talk at this conference about financing. You know, are the capital markets loosening, and just the general state of what's going on right now. So what are you seeing on the ground?
General state of lending. It's certainly much better today than it was 2 years ago. There are more lenders today that have the ability to make commercial loans than there were 2 or 3 years ago. So in my opinion today, if you're in the market and you have a good deal and you bring to the table all of the ingredients that lenders are looking for to make a hotel loan, a good franchise, a positive feasibility study, an owner-operator with a track record whose house is in order, somebody that's willing to put real cash in the deal and not do it with smoke and mirrors, somebody that's willing to stand by his deal and personally guarantee the loan, that's the type of borrower that can and will get a loan today.
When borrowers come to you, what do they have to do? What do they have to bring forward to your attention to help get deals done right now?
Patrick, to me that's the best question. I describe it as almost being like a Boy Scout. And by that I mean sometimes you may only get one bite at the apple. So when you go in, your package, in my opinion, has to be perfect. The first thing that means it has to be complete. On new construction, categorically, there must be an up-to-date feasibility study that shows the lender that there's a demand and a need in your segment. You've got to have up-to-date financial statements. You've got to have the latest STAR report. You've got to have the most up-to-date construction cost breakdown. Literally, you have to have everything, and if you don't, you're wasting my time, your time, and the lender's time. So the most important takeaway is don't go in until you're absolutely, totally prepared. And if you do, you'd be amazed how quickly the process can go.
Generally speaking, who's actually doing the lending right now? Is it large commercial banks, regional banks? Where's the action at?
Well, I think we've reached the point now where everybody is starting to get back in the mix. But I've been a big believer that in all the years that I've been in the business, that 90% of all the money on new construction comes within banks or lenders that are located within a 50 to 100 mile radius of where the property is located. And I think today that's the same thing, because you're not really going in to convince a regional bank to make a loan. He knows more about the market than you do. Chances are he knows more about the competition than you do, and you're not really selling him. You're bringing something that he knows is going to work. He's more familiar with the market than you are. I think the biggest hesitation getting back into the market is everybody is scared that they're going to make the wrong decision. Nobody wants to make a bad loan. So today the whole game is trying to determine value, trying to determine if it's a good deal, and minimizing risk.
You just mentioned something that's been hard to nail down lately. That's the idea of value. What's your stance on that? Where do you derive value from?
Banks derive value when something is up and operating on the numbers by strictly looking at the numbers. The numbers are the numbers are the numbers. You can determine very, very quickly what the NOI is. If you want to, I mean, for me, I always start today, I'll start capping something at 10, and I'll go up or down depending. If I'm in a major market and I have a luxury or higher end hotel, I'm going to go down from 10 to 9 or 8. If I'm in a secondary or tertiary market and I have a limited service hotel, maybe I'll go up from 10 and go to 11 or 12.
Joe, you seem pretty optimistic about the state of things and where we're headed. Clearly, capital markets are loosening up a bit, but when do you really see financing coming back in full force?
I'm going to guess that's going to take probably another year.
Sounds great. Well, Joe, thanks so much for sharing your time and your insight. Really appreciate it.